What, gang? Carolina Jackpot coming at you. It's Wednesday morning. Woo, boy. There's a lot of moving parts in college football right now, isn't there? Man, there sure is. So it was like, I don't know, 17 hours ago, I brought you a video talking about Gunnar Stockton, the 2022 five-star quarterback prospect decommitting from South Carolina. Oh, excuse me. Baked spaghetti's repeating on me. Lost him, decommitted, and no one knows where he'll end up. Speculation is he may end up at Auburn. Now, guess what? Defensive line coach Tracy who's been with the Gamecocks for exactly one whole season. He spent one whole season in Columbia, has left the program and is headed to join Coach Brian Harsin, who has got to be the most unimaginative head coach that I have ever seen as far as gathering up hires to complete his first staff and join his staff at Auburn University. Now, I looked up a little bit of biography on Mr. Rocker, okay? Now, he played at Auburn. He's coached there once. And he's coaching a bunch of other SEC schools. In fact, this man has coached at 6 SEC schools. That's almost half the damn conference. It's almost like you could have the Tracy Rocker division and you could have the other division. I mean, that is nuts. He's also coached at West Alabama. He coached with the Tennessee Titans. He's coached Cincinnati. And he's been a couple other places, too. He may have spent some time at Buttfuck State. I'm not exactly sure. But that being said, if somebody's had that many jobs and you've been in coaching about 25 years or so, guess what? Either, number one, you have a serious issue with needing to travel, or you're just not that good. You just got a big name. And he won the Outland Trophy at Auburn. He played there in the late 1980s. Blah, 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 all that. He had some great accolades. But seriously, I mean, none of the teams that I've seen that he's been an assistant on have been a defensive juggernaut. And am I trying to make excuses because he left South Carolina? No, I'm not. I mean, he's just not very good. They could have went out and got a better hire last year. He was at Tennessee the season or two immediately before he came to South Carolina. In fact, I got a friend who's a Tennessee fan, and they weren't even happy with him there. They also weren't happy with Will Friend, the former offensive line coach, our offensive line coach for like 5 days. So there you have that, man. But this guy, here's my problem with him. It's not the fact that he left. I don't give a shit about that. I mean, these people are a dime a damn dozen. The fact that they've had 500 jobs over 25 seasons in college football solidifies the fact that they are a dime a dozen. You can go out and find another defensive line coach. The thing that I have a problem with it is commitment. And we were talking about this yesterday on the video. We were talking about Gunnar Stockton and how people are just generally shitty nowadays. This son of a bitch just didn't show up for work today. This son of a bitch packed up his 1977 Ford Pinto full of all of his various mementos, trinkets, a few bags of smelly clothes and underwear, and headed for the cesspool of Alabama in the middle of the night last night. That's what he did. He headed for the cesspool in the middle of Alabama, which is his home, in the middle of the night. Some bitch packed up the Pinto and left. I mean, what in the hell is the matter with people? Who does that? And here's my thing. I was listening to some Tater on the radio today. Well, I'm running an errand right now. And I was listening to some Tater radio. Y'all have the damn stupidest fan base that I've ever seen in my life. Half of the calls that they make on there are so inaudible and just poorly executed that you can't even understand the goddamn thing. And then they love just seeing what they perceive as South Carolina's program falling apart. Okay, so a 16-year-old kid isn't going to come to your program, potentially. there's a lot of other 16-year-old kids out there right now. A lot of other good quarterback prospects. We can find another one. Our program, they're the program. Now, one of them called in today to the show, and I swear he said this. This idiot says, when God was handing out rivals, we hit the jackpot, didn't we? Not the Carolina jackpot. We hit the jackpot. They're the gift that just keeps on giving. How stupid are you? So a freaking 55, 60-year-old defensive line coach who's burnt out, been at 500 different jobs over 20-something years, leaves, packs up Swerve Pinto in the middle of the night, leaves, and we're the gift that keeps on giving. I've heard it all now. I'm sure that Shane Beamer has enough contacts. I'm sure he has enough numbers in his little black book that he can call and find a defensive line coach of at least the same or better caliber than this jabroni. Okay, we had 2 5-stars on the defensive line last year, generated absolutely 0 pass rush. I don't know how many sacks we had last year. We had to be near to last in the Southeastern Conference. Newsflash, he's another one off that damn Will Muschamp tree, another one off that wet fart tree of just status quo and excuse making and not developing talent and can't find talent, just has issues when it comes to talent all the way around, because you don't know how to manage it, you don't know how to cultivate it, you don't god dang know how to find it, you don't know how to discipline it, and you're just in general terrible coaches. And I, for one, I am not upset to see this guy go. I think it's funny, and I think that the Tater fans' biggest win this year has to be Gunnar Stockton decommitting from South Carolina and Tracy Rocker packing up his Pinto in the middle of the night and leaving. Because it's damn sure not on the football field, right, in 2021. Because so far this year, you have went out there on the field, gotten an absolute mud hole, stomped square in the middle of your ass crack, and walked dry. So you really have nothing else. Oh, well, your basketball team's won a couple of games. Your basketball team's won a couple of games. Now, all of a sudden, every Tater fan out there is a basketball fan. They're a basketball fan now when they've been calling for Brad Brownlee's head on a silver platter. I didn't say his name right just now. I did that on purpose. You know why? I wanted to see if a Tater fan would actually recognize that I said his name on purpose. But I let the cat out of the bag. I went ahead and said it now. It's Brownell. Anyway, I don't care. I mean, I think it's hilarious. And I just really think that people, I mean, this is just so 2021. It's so 2021. Quit a job in the middle of the night. Just leave and not even let your boss know. And, I mean, it's not like that he's the fry guy, okay? It's not like he's the guy that comes in at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. or whatever it is at McDonald's and starts mixing the flour and the water and the baking soda and the baking powder and the salt and the sugar and all that good shit and rolling out the biscuits and cutting them. Or the guy who's going to show up at 3 o'clock to work the second shift to fill all the Big Mac and McNugget orders and all that good stuff. It's not like he had a everyday Joe job that any Tom, Dick, or Harry could do. I mean, this is a pretty high-profile job. You are a position coach at a school in the Southeastern Conference. And a lot of you guys don't like him. And I like him. I listen to him a lot. It's very informative. When I listen to Zach Smith's podcast, Zach Smith talks about how hard it is to get into coaching at a college level. It's extremely fucking hard. I mean, it's not just something that you are just handed on a silver platter. It's something that you have to, you got to work for. You got to bust ass at as a graduate assistant, getting paid almost nothing until you can finally work your way in somewhere. And most oftentimes, you have to have you have to have an inside edge. You got to have somebody to help you get that job. Being a former player, yeah, that helps a hell of a lot. That helps a hell of a lot. But you still have to have some kind of inside edge. And, I mean, this is a 6-figure job I mean, and just to throw it away in the middle of the night, to be in breach of your contract, I don't think so much as an indictment on South Carolina. And let's face it, our football program is not that great right now. We're working on getting better, but it's going to take a while. Just to be in breach of contract, and you're going to lose money. You're going to have a black mark on your name now, where other coaches in other spots in the world who don't like SEC retreads, they're not even going to give you the damn time of day. And I don't care how many places you've been at, how many future NFL players you coached. It doesn't matter. I mean, your word now is shit as far as everyone else outside that little circle jerk is concerned. So, good riddance, Tracy Rocker. South Carolina will be just fine. I have faith in the Shane train to get someone else on board. Even if he climbs on board the caboose, he's still on board. I'll see y'all later. Appreciate it, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Hit that thumbs up button for Carolina Jackpot. Doesn't cost you a damn thing, and it helps me out tremendously. I'll see y'all later. Peace, and I'm out. Go Gamecock. Woo! Them taters can go to you-know-where.